We wanted to find out what kind of impact Gaddafi's death will have, so we sat in on a class today taught by a leading terrorism expert at the University of Dayton. Jordan Burgess is live with why that professor says what happens next is critical. Jordan?
Well, that professor told me he saw this coming many months ago because he felt Muammar Gaddafi wasn't going to ever surrender. What he doesn't know is where Libya goes from here, but you can bet it will have an impact on the U.S.'s future. The scenes couldn't be more different. A rousing celebration in Libya and a quiet classroom in Dayton. But the two share a common thread, and that's a focus on what's next for Libya.
We don't know what the future of Libya is going to be.
UD professor Mark ENSALACO shared his thoughts on the death of Muammar Gaddafi Thursday with his political violence class. ENSALACO has studied Gaddafi and says there's no question he was a violent dictator who did anything to stay in power.
The world has been rid of a very brutal tyrant who also, when it suited his purposes, sponsored terror, including terror that cost the life of a lot of Americans.
ENSALACO says now it's up to NATO and others who helped the rebels overthrow Gaddafi to make sure Libya gets a better start.
Our role and the role of our European allies is to say that the Libyan people have our support. But it's not going to be unconditional. We are going to see a transition to democracy.
Students in the class say much like Osama bin Laden's death, Gaddafi's killing creates a moral dilemma for many.
It's not really our role as citizens of, the world to celebrate anyone dying, but the fact that perhaps this is a step towards democracy in the world, that is a good thing.
ENSALACO hopes that Gaddafi's death serves as a warning for others who would oppress people.
I'm always hopeful that tyrants will wake up one day and realize that their tyranny is short-lived.
ENSALACO says his biggest fear now is revenge killings for all those years of oppression. And join us in the next half hour when we'll tell you what a Libyan who left his homeland to protest the regime thinks of Gaddafi's death. Reporting live, Jordan Burgess, 2 News on your side.